Welcome back to our channel and join us on a wine tour to one of the most important wine cellars in Moldova. Cricova, the jewel of Moldovan wine, is located in the heart of this country. We had never done a tour like this before, and we were struck by the scale of this underground city, its unparalleled wine collection. This is the last stop in our Moldovan journey, so stay with us until the end and get ready to be fascinated by this underground storage space, its exceptional naturally created microclimate, which has become ideal for making and maturing high quality wines. Before our tour to the Cricova winery, we made a short detour to the Church of the Transfiguration of the Savior, or the Cathedral of the Transfiguration of the Savior, which is an Orthodox place of worship in Chisinau. Located near the main square and the Parliament building, it is a stunning architectural gem from the 19th century, and the cathedral was built between 1898 to 1902, having a Greek cross plan with 4 pillars on which the circular drum of the dome rests. The exterior is inspired by the Russian Byzantine style. Originally, it was part of a boys' gymnasium, but during the Soviet era, the building was used as a planetarium.
পেয়ে গেছি আমরা বাস ডিপোতে, বাস নাম্বার 2। এই বাসে আমরা যাব হচ্ছে ক্রিকোভা। এই যে এই দোনের কাবাবের দোকানের সামনেই হচ্ছে বাস স্টপ। বাস নামালো ঠিক এই জায়গাটায়, চারদিকে বেশ কয়েকটা দোকান আমি দেখতে পাচ্ছি, ইনক্লুডিং ফার্মেসি। এবার আমরা এগোবো ম্যাপ দেখতে দেখতে। 35 minutes ish ride. এবার আমরা হাঁটবো for the next 15 minutes
to the winery.
Yes. সুন্দর সুন্দর ল্যান্ডস্কেপ দেখতে দেখতে হাওয়ায় উড়িয়ে নিয়ে যাচ্ছে, এই অবস্থাতে আমরা হেঁটে চলেছি।
Cricova Winery in Moldova offers an extraordinary adventure for both wine lovers and history fans. It is among the most renowned and largest wineries in the nation, famous for its vast underground wine cellars spanning over 120 kilometers. The tunnels, which were previously utilized for limestone extraction, are now filled with extensive collections of wines which reflect Moldova's rich viniculture.
রিসেপশনের কাজ ডান। দুজনের জন্য শুধু ট্যুরের পেমেন্ট হচ্ছে কি 800 লেও, আর ইংলিশ ট্যুর স্টার্ট হবে এখন থেকে 6 মিনিটের মাথায়।
There are variety of tours for you to choose from. You can check the Cricova tours by clicking on the link given in the description box below, including prices, opening times, and booking instructions. To book a Cricova winery tour, you can contact the team via phone, email, or you can visit the Cricova store in Chisinau to make a reservation. There are different types of tours to choose from, which may vary in duration and prices. Some tours include wine testing, while others do not. There are plenty of options to suit your taste and preference.
সুন্দর ফুরফুরে হাওয়া, ওয়াইন ট্যুর স্টার্ট।
এখানে ফাটিয়ে ঠান্ডা, ঠিক আছে? আমরা এবার জামা পরবো, এই জামার উপরে
শুরু হয়ে গেছে আমাদের
এই যে টি-শার্টের উপর শার্ট পরে নিয়েছি, নিচে
টায়ার চেঞ্জ হয়ে গেছে।
14 জন আছে এই ইংলিশ গ্রুপ ট্যুরে আজকে।
যদিও এখনো পর্যন্ত 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 আপাতত 9 জন দেখতে পাচ্ছি। এই যে আমরা এই লালগুলোতে উঠবো,
এই ক্যাডিগুলোতে উঠবো।
স্টার্ট হয়ে গেছে।
This underground marvel is the second largest wine cellar in the world after Mileste Michi, which is also present in Moldova, filled with extensive tunnels and impressive wine collections. One of the things to do when you are in Chisinau is definitely to take a guided tour here to learn about Moldova's winemaking heritage and enjoy a complimentary tasting session. Beyond the wine, the winery offers an impressive blend of local history. The caves also house a museum, and there are rooms used for large events, and even a chapel is present here. It's not just about tasting wine, but also about immersing yourself in the culture which surrounds it. Upon our visit to Cricova, we were amazed by the vastness of this venue. While strolling through the subterranean chambers was akin to stepping into a wine history time capsule, the walls of the winery were adorned with bottles of wine which originate from decades ago, with some being centuries old. The air is refreshing and somewhat moist, making it ideal for the storage of wine. The guides over here led us through different areas of the cellars, all the while detailing how the wines are made, stored, and matured. Cricova is particularly famous for its sparkling wines, and so the tour often includes a tasting session. And one of the highlights of this tour is definitely the section which is dedicated to sparkling wines which are produced by using traditional methods present over there. Our guide was explaining how sparkling wines are produced here using interesting techniques, and it usually takes around 5 years in Cricova, where longer the aging process takes, the better it tastes. She explained how the sparkling wine is filtered twice in order for it to purify, but the process is very complex and involves a good deal of work, where every 2 days each bottle has to be rotated 45 degrees, and during the rotation the angle of the bottle is also changed so that the sediments and impurities flow to the margins. Only after that one can have a clear, tasty sparkling wine.
Traffic signal আছে এই শহরটাতে, তাই না?
এখানকার ট্যুরের লাস্ট স্টপ হচ্ছে গিয়ে ক্রিকোভা সিনেমা, তো আন্ডারগ্রাউন্ড সিনেমা, সেখানে আমরা স্পার্কলিং ওয়াইন এনজয় করবো। মজা।
এই যেটা হচ্ছে থিয়েটার।
হ্যাঁ, তো এখানে প্রবলি আমাদের একটা ফিল্ম দেখাবে অ্যাবাউট ক্রিকোভা ওয়াইনারি অ্যান্ড স্টাফ, আর এখানে ফ্রি ওয়াইফাই রয়েছে, আর সবাইকে একটা করে স্পার্কলিং ওয়াইন দিচ্ছে। এটা ওয়াইন টেস্টিং না, বাট ট্যুরের মধ্যেই ইনক্লুডেড।
At the Cricova cinema, we saw an informative 15-minute movie about the history of wine and Cricova, that too in English.
You see more.
I wonder if they worry when they
আমরা এখন দেখতে যাচ্ছি ওভার আ মিলিয়ন বটলস অফ ওয়াইন, যেটা এখানে ক্রিকোভাতে প্রডিউসড, লোকজনের প্রাইভেট কালেকশন, অনেক জিনিস দেখতে মজা লাগছে।
After we learned how sparkling wine is produced, we passed by the Cricova Underground Museum, which showcases the history of winemaking. Here we saw some tools and equipment which are used during wine production, like wooden presses and a crusher, jugs, wine bottles, and even a barrel cart. We also saw a chapel which is beautifully carved in the stones, so many meters underground. This one is relatively new and was opened in 2019. The winery was established under a decree of Stalin's back in 1952 when Moldova was one of the republics of the Soviet Union. It was more of an experiment at the beginning, but the place turned out to be an excellent cellar for wines. Almost 5% of the country's territory is filled with vineyards, and wine culture was established in this region about 5,000 years ago. Nowadays, Moldova exports over 90% of its wines, mostly to the European market. The winery has an entire sector dedicated to the so-called private collections of former and present leaders of states or royal families, including German Chancellor Angela Merkel, ex-US Vice President Joe Biden. All have their own private collections in Cricova.
Collection, and especially bottle from the middle coming from Jerusalem was producing one single lot in 1902. represent the licorice kind of one, special used just for ceremonies, for church ceremonies, was produced in a quantity.
If you choose a tour with wine tasting, you will most likely visit one of the following tasting rooms like the European Hall, the Great House, the Presidential Hall, the Bottom of the Sea.
Even this evening, 10 p.m., 11 p.m. Total length of all the streets inside of Cricova cellars. At our first stop, how many meters we beat?
As we did not opt for wine tasting in any of these tasting rooms, our tour ended at the Cricova shop where one can buy wine and other souvenirs.
Oh, wine আর wine আর wine.
ক্যাডিটা আমরা শুধু
হ্যাঁ, মজা হচ্ছে। Happy লাগছে। Yes. এই ছিল আমাদের entry point.
So, hope you have enjoyed this wine tour, wine factory tour video. তো আজকের প্ল্যান হচ্ছে আমরা এখানে থেকে যাব যেখানে আমরা থাকছিলাম সেখানে বাস নাম্বার 2 তে করে। আফটার দ্যাট আমরা আমাদের ব্যাকপ্যাক তুলবো, দিয়ে চলে যাব এয়ারপোর্ট। এটাই হচ্ছে কি আজকের প্ল্যান। তো কি করবে এবার লোকজন?
Like, share and subscribe. আকাশে ঘন মেঘ আসছে, আমরা লিটারালি দৌড়চ্ছি এখন। ছাতা নেই ব্যাগে, বাস স্ট্যান্ডে আগে ঢুকতে হবে বিফোর দ্য রেন স্টার্টস।
I'd say that it was a successful tour.
Exactly.
And apart from Ajgir tour, the overall Moldova experience was good and something different as well. বেশি tourists তো আসে না এখানে, এসে ভালো লাগলো।
Exactly. এটা এখনো খুব least explored European countries, and Chisinau is one of the least explored cities of Europe এর মধ্যে একটা। So it was nice. বেশি tourist নেই। Tiraspol was also a very good experience. ওখানে তো আমরা celebrity status-এর response পেয়েছি। It was nice, but overall it was a very good trip, and we highly recommend people visiting this beautiful country. মানছি এখানে সবাই ইংলিশ বোঝে না, but Google Translate থাকা খুব জরুরি। There are ways, there are public transports which you can use and go to different places, and it's good. And another thing which we recommend is Move It অ্যাপটা রাখতে। Google ম্যাপের থেকে বেশি Google ম্যাপের থেকে বেশি Move It app is much better in Moldova. That's the app we use to identify where the bus stand is, which will take us to, Cricova. It was nice.
While maybe one of Eastern Europe's lesser known cuisines, there is no doubt that Moldovan food offers a wide range of tastes and flavors, noticeable by how much love and passion is poured into the cuisine by cooks and chefs throughout the country. Amongst the 3 items we ate, we loved this hearty and indulgent Moldovan dessert made of stacked crepes layered with sour cherries and glazed with whipped cream to form a pyramid, and then sprinkled with dark chocolate flakes from above.
6 নম্বর বাস এয়ারপোর্টের জন্য নেমে গেছি আমরা এয়ারপোর্টে ডিপার্চার সেকশনে।
So Tata goodbye from Chisinau, Moldova.
ছোট্ট ডিপার্চার সেকশন শুরু হলো আর শেষ হয়ে গেল।
প্লেনটা ডিলেড আছে as usual with